Welcome to the MMA show. I'm Mark the Muscle Mo Wilson.
And Master Wang.
As you'll know by now, we now trailer the UFC fight events with our own show. So tonight we're going to talk about UFC 105, which is live from Manchester.
That's in England.
Nothing you need to know.
Just in case folk never knew where that was.
Manchester, England.
That's south of Scotland, just in case you never knew that.
Foreigners, good.
If you're coming from Brazil or Mexico or US.
Down the way. Right, first off the bat, we've been getting a lot of emails, messages, whatever you want to call it, in the mailbag. People giving us picks, people giving us stick. So we've decided to start off with a leaderboard, scoreboard, whatever you want to call it. What we're going to do is we're going to make people put up or shut up. we want to see people's picks, and we're going to score them. And whoever comes out on top gets a prize, which we're working on.
We're definitely working on a real prize.
No fucking about. Proper gifts.
Proper gear. That's what
has to be earned. So whoever comes up on top gets something. We don't know what yet.
How will they find out where the scores for the leaderboard are? Muscle Mold.
That's B for the CP, by the way. He's the producer, man behind the camera.
The brains. So I think it's going to be on our blog, on our MySpace.
So,
and also we will be...
That's the email up there, so I'm just checking the email.
And we'll also be putting it on
the MySpace.
The link will be on.
Aye, the link's up there.
So we're covered that way, so you know what's going to be happening. Okay, I think that's enough waffling about. Oh, by the way, subscribe, and can put your things in the comments, your picks in the comments, and then we'll put them on the blog. The main bonus to subscribing is if there's too many people want on this leaderboard scoreboard, the subscriptions get first.
Good point.
So that's the only way we can sort it out fairly. So okay, straight into the fights now.
The first one.
Randy the Natural Couture versus Brandon the Truth Vera.
I think that the names say it all. Randy the Natural, Brandon the Truth Vera. I have to go personally for the guy that's coming from Philippines. You know, he's the man. His tattoos are ace. His Thai boxing is ace. They're both ex-heavyweights. I think you need.
They have both cut down to 205. I think you need to look at both their last fights. You look at Brandon Vera. His kickboxing looked superb. He's poised. He's perfect in every way. His punches. He didn't look as if he could hurt Krzysztof Szymanski with his punches. They didn't seem to be.
It's the policy experiment. He's got like injections and stuff. He can take anything.
Kicks and knees, he's dangerous. His punches didn't seem to really take effect. By the same token, you look at Randy fighting Nog. He looked like a stiff old guy. The bob and weave getting a bit predictable now. But I still see it. That's exactly what it's like. So I see Randy taking it, but not by strikes. Obviously the old school ground and pound.
Up against the cage and
dirty boxing, you name it, that's happening.
I think one of the things a lot of folk talk about, but we never really see it, is Brandon Vera's jiu-jitsu, and the fact he is a submission grappler and he does all the sort of competitions and stuff. So I think
he's been involved in the Grapple Quest and all your Abu Dhabi and all that kind of good shit we've not been involved in yet.
he's definitely high caliber. So I'm going to go with Brandon Vera just because I think he's, how you say, Couture's old, Vera's fast.
I'm going to go Randy the Natural. I'm going to go with the heart again. So plus I want to be top of the leaderboard. So
I was just about to say Brandon Vera, and I'll be the number one and the first person to be top of the leaderboard.
Randy's coming off 2 losses, so I think it's time for him to turn that around.
Interesting. At fight 2.
The second fight is
Schwick.
Mike Schwick versus
Dan Hardy with a mental block there. I see Schwick winning that fight purely because, not just because he's fast, but because he throws 3 and 4 punch combinations every time. He never just comes in one shot at a time. I see Schwick definitely.
What's the matter with that technique? That's the technique I use. It's quite effective.
It's flawed. If you need to find out how to get down the train of air. I definitely see him being just far too good for Dan Hardy. I see he's now got his purple belt for Eddie Bravo, so he's gained a belt for his last fight where he was a blue belt. judge what you want for that. I don't know how you want to take that, but
we discussed this the last time. He's got the Eddie Bravo, you know, blue belt turned into purple belt, so he's working on that. He's got the
rubber
black
guards
belt,
fucking. But he's got Taekwondo.
black belt in Taekwondo.
In fact, I think they've both got belts in Taekwondo. See some serious kicking going on here.
Dan Hardy's got the B.A. Baraka style hairdo. He's and I still think that a guy that puts pictures of his competitor on to be photoshopped into gay times and stuff like that in his last fight with Irish Hanggood, it's just, he's a genius and psychologically has the edge. So I'm going to go for Dan Hardy.
The reason the main reason I'm going for Swick, I think, is if you look at, I think he's got about a 4 or 5, 6 win streak, something like that. It's a crazy. And bet your man Ben Saunders, the Killer Bee.
He did
he's done the Irish Hand Grenade. Try to think of who else he's took it. He's come from 185 down to 170, so I think he's going to have a wee bit of size advantage in that as well.
And he looks lean.
I think he'll always do well against strikers, but he's never going to be the welterweight champion due to the fact there's too many good grapplers.
He's good, so Dan Hardy.
I'm going to go with Swick on this one. So that's me going to be 2 up on the picks.
I'm going to be 2 up. But again, if you think that none of us are if you think one of the other, you know what I mean, put your things there in the comments, and you know, go on the blog, on the leaderboard, and you could win a prize. And remember to subscribe. Is that an ad break?
I think it is.
Welcome back.
Hello there.
That was intense. I go and buy their stuff.
Hope you enjoyed the words from our sponsors and other good stuff like that.
What's up next then, Matt? What's up? The Muscle Mole. I think
we're going to get a wee bit of rumour and gossip time.
I don't think we are, gentlemen. I think we're going to go for the other 2 fights in the card this month. We've Spink might be fighting.
Oh,
okay. B for the CP. That's the producer.
Production's made a decision. We'll go with the Michael Bisping Dennis Kang fight.
That was obviously Dan Hendel, who's no longer with
Strikeforce
UFC,
man,
and knocking Bisping out in the last fight. Obviously, he's put a lot of stuff into the UFC sort of video blog, saying, you know, we've always got to get knocked out, or somebody's got to get knocked out. It's about how you rebound. And
he made such a big thing about never been knocked out, and then he got his ass handed to him, and he had to really change that opinion. So good.
It's quite interesting that he's third on the bill as well. That's
especially with being a British event. He's the ticket seller. He's the one they try and piggyback it with. So he's obviously fallen down the pecking order a wee bit.
But I suppose Randy on the cards, you can't.
You can. Having said that though, I would have thought he'd have been above the Swick Hardy fight. So, but talking about the fight itself, although I would like to see Bisping lose, I don't think he will. I think
Dennis Kang,
black belt. I think if it went to the ground, Kang would have a chance. But having said that, I mean, I've seen Bisping in the ground with Elvis Sinisek, who's fucking smoking hot in the ground, and he couldn't tap him. So I'm going to say Bisping's probably going to take him with strikes.
Bisping was like the UK junior jiu-jitsu, no Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but jiu-jitsu champion for many years. So he's got traditional jiu-jitsu at a high level. That's how he's obviously quite good on the ground and stuff. I'm going to go for Dennis Kang, just because he eats poutine, chips, cheese and gravy. It's a Canadian dish, and that's how he gets his physique. And he's got that name. It sounds like a traditional kind of fighter, Dennis Kang.
He's been for maybe a lot he's having his team, because he's only had like 2 UFC fights. He has been around the block. This isn't a newbie. This guy knows what he's fucking doing. But
I think the emphasis there. Knows what he's fucking doing.
It's getting pumped up tonight. Having said that, Bisping's bigger, probably stronger, and I think he will probably knock him out. So I'm going to go with Bisping. So that's 3 different picks there.
Yeah, Kang, Bisping. So that's unique. It's not usually this varied.
And on to the 4th fight that we've been kind of railroaded into doing, which I probably think will be the most interesting and the most exciting fight in the card. It's James Wilkes versus Matt Brown.
I cannot recollect Matt Brown in any way, shape or form, even though we've discussed this at length. So I'm going to go for Wilkes, just at the fact that I cannot recollect Matt Brown.
Brown, hard as fucking nails. He really is a tough guy. He spoke about him before. I don't know what's wrong with him. But Wilkes, I think it will be a great. They will trade for ages, and I think eventually, but Wilkes will sub him. He's doing a bit of the old combat submission wrestling. Eric Paulson.
He's new place now. So it's new place. So the J Wilkes Academy. It's called something like the